Hello YouTubians, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance with me, Blue Ankylo. First though, the warning, I've sort of changed my mic position a little bit. I have one of those headset things. And I was noticing in some of my videos there's a lot of that puffing, or whatever you call it, where your breathing sounds are picked up and the hard P's and stuff are making a bit of distortion, whatever. So I've changed it up a little bit. Hopefully that won't be as much of a problem, but also hopefully my volume of my voice will still be hearable and all that. So anyway, hopefully it's all good. So if things are different, that's why. And we're finally going to leave the Aldean Sea. Oops, that's not what I want to do. That one. So you can see sort of where we've been. All the various places inside the sea or surrounding the sea. And now we can leave. So as a matter of fact, we are now able to sail to any location that the ocean can reach, essentially. Unfortunately, all the stuff to the north, the northwest, the northeast, those little islands in the middle up north, none of those have any ports. I must have missed the person, but somewhere you talk to someone that does actually tell you that there's no ports to the north. So for whatever reason, the cities up there never bothered to build ports. So our options are essentially that red dot to the west of our flashing dot, which is the city we're supposed to go to. And then in the far southeastern corner, there's actually a city we can go there. But that's... you can go there if you need to. You can get better weapons and stuff and fight harder enemies. But for the most part, I'll try to play the game in the correct order. Like you can do stuff out of order. Basically, you can go to the wrong city. You can start going to harder dungeons and stuff. But I'll play it, you know, the way you're meant to, I guess. This is another one of those bonus dungeons, and that's a mermaid. Yipes, peoples! You aren't going to hurt me. Then maybe I can tell you a little about this place. This cavern is known as the Lifespring Grotto. Long ago, men and mermaids who fell in love could live here together in peace. Well, that's great. And fetid water seeps from the statue. Ooh. This is the third bonus dungeon, although it has the hardest bosses in the game, completely. So, we won't be going there for a while. And here is the correct place to go. The lovely, lovely, dilapidated city of Melmon. As you can see, there's grave tombs everywhere, and it's not very happy. It looks like the earth is rotting. Restore the crystals to grace. Well, not much to say, but okay, thanks. Stop by my father's shop, okay? I don't know who her father is, but we'll probably stop by whatever shop he wants. If the earth crystal regains its glow, life will return to the earth. The hills and valleys will again be green. Well, that sounds like a noble cause. I'm just a farmer. I don't think he's doing much farming here, though. Uh-oh, that's a dwarf. What is my name? I've gone the way for Durger, that's the dwarf cave, to find out the springed... oh man, whatever, something about the earth. I don't know. And then an old man. In the cave of the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. Used to be called Sarda, I think. He is a wise man and knows much. I don't know. I gotta work on that old man voice. Gotta figure that out somehow. So this destroyed building is kind of interesting. What's with that, huh? Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. Yep, apparently. Long time ago, though, hundreds of years. I've heard that the ancients possessed something with the power to make a ship float in the sky. Now, if you're really attentive, you might even know what that is. Maybe. I'm not sure. What else we got? Here's some interesting looking dude. There is nothing I, the great genius Dr. Une, do not know. What? You've never heard of me? Inconceivable. So, that's interesting. Don't forget that guy. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. Well, we might have to have a little visit with this guy. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Melmon, on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be the closer you got to that cave, the more fertile the soil. Now, it's a barren waste. I wonder what's in that cave then. The earth is decaying, and it's all the doing of the vampire that lives in the Cavern of the Earth. Oh. Our town is in such a rotten shape because he's blocking the flow of the power of Earth. Will you stop him for us? So there's a vampire in there, huh? And he's causing troubles. I think, it didn't seem like anyone mentioned it, but I think in the NES version they actually say the vampire destroyed this building, and it was either, I suppose it was probably the clinic. And also, if you're really paying attention, you'll notice there's no item shop in this village, and that's specifically why I said to buy some golden needles or, you know, any items you needed back in Elfheim. Because if you come here, well, you can't get any, basically. So, new weapons. There's that long sword. So, if you got lucky and Garland dropped it, you wouldn't have to buy it here. And you would have been way tougher than us for a long time, because it's pretty good. Not as accurate, but whatever. Well, okay, it's barely better than the Worm Killer. It's kind of equivalent, I don't know. But we won't be fighting any dragons soon, so nothing to worry about. I don't think. No, there's no dragons for a long time. So I suppose that means we should sell it. We're going to need some money. And that power staff, remember, we found back in the ancient keep. See, it's worth lots of money, so get rid of it. And some junk. More junk. Yep. Nothing valuable here. And that Worm Killer worth lots of money, so see you later. Oops. And okay, that Knight's armor, which we don't have enough money for, is extremely heavy but incredibly good defense. But usually I don't buy it because it just costs way too much. And you don't really need it anyway. But some more silver armlets. We got that one for free, but and that's all there is really. So I guess we didn't need that much money, but this will be the one thing that I'll equip to Sabin for now, because that almost doubles his defense, and that's pretty good. Eventually his just natural armor will surpass that, but and sort of I didn't really explain it, but each different slot kind of has its own natural defense. So even if I gave him a helmet, he probably has more defense from his head without anything on it. So for now it's not worth it. And then I also got, so no more clothes. Everyone's naked basically. Well, they got gloves and caps on, but nobody's wearing anything except for Cecil, who has some iron armor. So that's kind of great. What kind of crazy hacks are we? Are you sure we're light warriors? Still no crystals that's light and nobody's wearing clothes. Some magic shops, but they sell level 5 magic, and this is the first time I think maybe that you can see we can't even use it. The dudes aren't jumping around, so we haven't unlocked level 5 magic. And I figured I'll take a brief time to mention not the spells, but if you see to the right of the spells, it actually shows you who can use them, assuming you're at a high enough level. So Red Mage and Red Wizard we didn't bring, and a Knight, well, we'll get to that eventually, as well as what a difference is between a Mage and a Wizard. But essentially, some spells the Red Mage can never learn, like Life, and all the Dia spells and stuff. So that's kind of the problem with the Red Mage, is that half the stuff he'll never be able to use anyway, even if you take him along. So that's kind of how it works. And the Black Magic I'll just show you briefly, but the same kind of problem. In fact, here's one teleport that a Black Mage can't even use, unfortunately. So that's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, we've explored Melmon, and we've heard that there's a sage somewhere past the cave over here, and there's a giant that eats rocks, and a Cavern of Earth. So let's just have a little bit of explore. I think we'll start the Earth Cave in this episode. It's about the same size as the Marsh Cave, maybe a little bit bigger, but I don't know if we'll have time to explore the whole thing in this episode, so we'll see how far we get. Kind of interesting side note there, Cecil now has twice as much hit points as Sabin, and it's kind of unusual actually. I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just keep burning them. Although that's nice, when the wolves can only do 1 damage to your mage, or, you know, pretty low damage, that's nice to see. We got 3 hits, we got 6 hits. Sheesh, I didn't even notice that. 7's kicking butt. Yeah, the monks are pretty good for physical damage anyway, yeah. We haven't done any real level grinding, and he's got a pretty high damage, so that's nice. So here's the rock, what is he, Titan or Giant or something? You shall not pass. Uh-oh, I should have done my big Gandalf voice for that one. This I don't know if the writers for this game were making a little joke there or whatever, but that was kind of funny. Oh, tigers. We haven't run into these guys yet. They are tougher than ogres, I believe, but not particularly dangerous. There are even lesser tigers. Not a lot of money, but good experience, I think, if you're really worried about that sort of thing. Probably, we are actually a little bit under-leveled right now. If you were able to cast level 5 magic, that's probably the target level, because in the next dungeon, some of those level 5 spells would be handy. But, again, okay, if you were playing the NES version, it would be a great idea to get to, well, okay, I guess it doesn't actually matter. In the NES version, as far as I remember anyway, there's no such thing as a can't use a magic level until you get, well, it's different, I guess. You won't get your first charge of level 5 magic until you get to the correct level, so that's kind of what you're waiting for. And then you can cast 1 level 5 spell, and then if you get some more levels up, you'll be able to cast 2 level 5 spells. So, anyway, that's kind of the point you're looking for if you were playing the NES game. So, we can't get to Sarda yet, because that cave giant or whatever is in the way. But this place, the Cavern of Earth, is, I guess, pretty much the only place you can go, really. And cobras. So, these are the sort of easier snakes, although they can poise you. The anacondas, the green ones, are a little bit tougher. I guess you can run into these around Elfheim. We just didn't. I didn't show all that much fighting around that kind of zone, so probably didn't see these guys yet. So anyway, as usual, they die to fire. Although I'm kind of burning through my magic too quickly. Oh, and look. So here in the Earth Cave, what's the plan? There are some fairly tough enemies. I'll probably show you one in the next room, I believe there's going to be, that you have to watch out for. But overall, I don't think this level's all that hard. Gee whiz, look at all these things. I'm going to start running away pretty quick, but we'll fight one more group maybe for now. Basically, if you didn't bring gold needles with you, you could be in for some trouble in the deeper floors, essentially. But as long as you've got those, you should be okay. Okay, enough of these guys. It's just wasted my time. But yeah, definitely recommend gold needles. Okay, so if you want to get that money without fighting, that's where you should stand. If you want to fight, stand here. And Earth Elementals. In the NES version, they're just called Earth. And when I first found one, I was sure that this was like the Earth Fiend or something, just because it was pretty tough. Like, that's a lot of damage to Cecil. And it sounded like it might be a big boss, so... Unfortunately, nope. It's just Earth Elemental. They're tough, and they give lots of good experience and stuff. But unfortunately, that's not the big boss. Who was I to know, or how was I to know when I was just a little kid that they'd never put the big boss on the first floor? More stupid snakes. So, anyway, be careful fighting those guys. They can do a lot of damage. I think if they got a critical hit, they could probably take out... okay, so that's a dead end. just sort of remembering how the map works for this place. But yeah, those Earth Elementals, if they got a critical hit, could probably take out a Black Mage in one hit. If you go this way, it's just a loop-de-loop, but you'll always fight these Hill Gyguses, which are also called Giants. And they're actually really tough. They probably have just about as many hit points, or maybe even more than those Earth Elementals. Maybe not quite as much attack power, but, you know, anyway. If you really want experience for level grinding, every step along this left path will have a fight with up to 2 Hill Gyguses and some iguanas, or lizards, that's what they are. They were iguanas in the first game, so that's all. I take them pretty seriously, the Hill Gyguses, so I use my big spells, but 5 damage, that's not too bad. But these guys, they give you lots of money, they've got pretty good experience and all that, so for whatever reason, if you felt that you were under-leveled here, you could get a whole bunch of levels up over there pretty quick. We're not going to do that though, so that's good enough. And it just loops around, it just goes up and you come up the upper left path. So no big deal. Oh, and some more spiders, la la la. Well, I think what I'll do is I've got, well, there's 2 more directions you can see on the map. Well, you can't see right now. But what I'll do is I'll explore this direction, and then I'll go outside and save it, and that might be the end of this episode. Just a little bit of a quicker one. The last episode was over 30 minutes, and that was longer than I'd intended. But we had a lot of running around to do, so it's good to get that done. This episode, we explored Melmon, and we sort of sorted out the next plan of attack for what we have to do. And this episode, well, that's good enough, I think. The next one will fully explore the Cave of Earth. Oh, that's a Minotaur. That's a new monster. We did meet a zombie version of that in that death fight way back near the beginning. But normal Minotaurs aren't too scary. Here we are, another treasure room. I think, yeah, there's an earth fight here. Yeah, one of those guys. So, should be okay. Yeah, they can sure hit hard. If you didn't know where they were going to be, and you just walked into that square and you hadn't healed up, oh, look at that. See, yeah, they could take you out pretty good. Now, unfortunately, shoot. Remember, Melmon does not even have a clinic, unfortunately. So, there's actually no way to resurrect Sabin without going all the way back to, well, probably Cornelia or something is the closest. Until Rosa learns Life, the spell Life. And she, I don't know, we did get a level up, so I'll check. Maybe we can just learn that now. So Sabin has died again. So far he's the only character to die. We're running pretty low on magic. I better save up for Vivi. So, dead characters do not gain experience, of course, and the longer they're dead, the further behind they fall, basically. Also works if you've been turned to stone or any of that, you don't get experience, so that's pretty normal. Everyone else gets level up, shucks, so Sabin's going to be falling behind a little bit. But we can use level 5 magic now, so that's great. So yeah, that's what we'll do in this episode then. We'll finish this floor, which has one last chest, and then we'll quickly travel back to Melmon to resurrect Sabin and learn some magic. Our first journey into the Earth Cave, not the best. Oh dear, ambushed. Hate these. Takes for, well, I don't hate it because we take a whole lot of damage, it just wastes so much time. Okay, well, there's so many of them. It's kind of a good idea to cast a spell like that or something, just to get all the experience out of it. But usually when I'm playing, like not recording, when I'm just playing for fun on my own, when someone dies, I tend to just run away from fights so that they don't lose out on experience. I try to keep everyone at like exactly the same experience. Like a perfect game is when, for me anyway, is when you get to the end of the game and everyone has exactly the same amount of experience. I think on the opposite side of the chests up there, there's another Earth Elemental. We're not going to mess with him right now. Those tiles are a little bit scary, and obviously they took out Sabin pretty quick, so... beware if you learn from my mistake. So the right side is the stairs to the next floor. We'll have to hit that up in the next episode, I suppose. For now, we're going to run away. Try to run away. Good job, Rosa. As opposed to other Final Fantasy games, again, you probably already noticed, but like in Final Fantasy VI, each character has to get away before you finish the battle. In this one, as long as one person successfully escapes, the whole party goes. So everyone gets a chance to escape, and whoever gets that luck basically escapes for the whole group. So that's nice. So now these guys, maybe Dia will work. I don't know. We never got the second level Dia, so might not be powerful enough. Although these guys are pretty weak. If Vivi can one-shot them, then nothing. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. Alright, so we made it back. We'll go buy some spells. This is where you need your money. In the original game it was 4 grand, but now it's... sorry, in the original game it was 8,000. Now it's just 4,000, but that's still quite a lot of money. So we want Cure. Definitely want Cure. Curaga. That's the level 3 Cure. We also want Heal-a-Ra. That's a really good spell. Heals the whole group for pretty good. And again, 4 good spells if you like dealing damage, but life is more important. In fact, I think this is kind of a no-brainer. If you only have a white mage, you pretty much have to pick Curaga, Life, and Heal-a-Ra. Diaga might be nice, but you just can't afford it. Now, if you have a red mage, they could learn... Well, eventually they could learn Life with Red Wizard. But the red mage could learn Curaga, so maybe you could skip it, but I don't know. I don't like red mages. And some black magic. The main one I would recommend is Firaga, Fire 3. Slowra looks really dumb, so I'm never going to get that. Again, we have a spell that slows the whole group, but just slowing one sounds kind of lame. Scourge is your first instant kill attack, and that's not bad. Counts as poison elemental, so I don't think death protection counts. I think, if I remember the way it works. So it has a decent chance of killing everyone. Usually I prefer damage over chance to kill though. So when I'm playing I probably won't use it much, but if you're into that chance to kill instantly stuff, that's a pretty good spell. And then teleport we can't learn yet, and it's not bad. We'll get a better spell than that eventually anyway, but so I guess essentially now we can resurrect dead or fallen warriors for 20 MP, and they come back with 1 hit point, so be careful if you use it in battle, obviously. So anyway, that's about it for this episode. We got started in the Earth or the Earth, whatever they called it, the Earth Cave, and hopefully we'll have to be careful because that was only the first floor. It definitely gets harder as we go down, and I'd like to keep Sabin alive for a little longer. So anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you back for the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance.